Welcome back to Craven Park. Second half, just a minute or two away from kick-off. And I'm pretty sure that at half-time, Justin Morgan and the other coaches, Andy Webster and Chris Chester, will have been having words in their shell-like. Rovers with a disappointing half of rugby. Celtic, on the other hand, quite impressive. But, unlike maybe the last two seasons, Rovers, even though they didn't play well, are actually in front here. The scoreline here, just before the kick-off to the second half, is Hull Kingston Rovers 16, Celtic Crusaders 12, and Hull Kingston Rovers quite fortunate to be in that lead. Celtic with two close interceptions. Luckily for Rovers, they're knocked on as they tried to intercept the ball. And Rovers just a little bit fortunate. They're playing, certainly the first 20-25 minutes, very lethargic, one-man rugby. What we're looking here for is an uptake in the energy levels, an uptake in the enthusiasm. Get back to the basics, which they did so well in the opening four matches of this season. Because as myself and Mike were alluding to it before the match kicked off, these are the sort of games that if we want to be successful in Super League, have a run in the Challenge Cup, these are the games we have to win. There's no doubt about that, Mike. We have to win. Fifth tackle, decent kick through there. Marshall Chalk picks up the ball. Good chase from the Hull Kingston Rovers. Chaz Lionson and Michael Dobson and Jason Netherton in the tackle there on Chalk. Matty Smith offloads the ball. Luke Dyer then takes a three-man tackle there from Hull Kingston Rovers. The enthusiasm level's looking quite good here, Mike. I know we've only just kicked off, but they couldn't get too much worse, let's be fair, than that first half. It was very, very disappointing from the Robins. Albeit impressive play from the Celtic Crusaders, who weren't afraid to chuck that ball about.
Yeah, I think we've got to give a bit of credit where credit's due. I think they played really well, did the Celtic Crusaders in that first half. They came here, me amongst many, not expecting much from them. I actually enjoyed watching them play rugby in that first half for many parts of it. I thought they, without over-elaborating, I think there was really good value for money to watch. Anyway, Rovers then. Peter Fox takes that kick through, not far off his own line. Brings it, good drive forward to the 20-metre line. Ben Fisher then beats it in acting half and gives it inside to Liam Colbert again. Ever willing to have a run for his team. Fisher again then at acting half. Benke Kane looks full of fire himself today. Been running well today, has Ben. Got on the blind side there. Clint Newton sticks the big arm out in anticipation of somebody coming towards him. Nobody actually felt the power of that arm because there was nobody there. Dobson then, early in the tackle count, has a kick to the corner. Sees the options. It's up to Rovers now to chase it and chase it well, which they have done. They've cornered him, not far from his own line. Big tackle there from Chev Walker. Not Chev Walker, Bengley, my mistake, people. Luke Dyer again then, helping his forwards out and having a good run from his own line and gaining 12 and 13 metres there. As Celtic are looking for a way forward. Tackle well though. Again, no meat reach at all there. Always jumping about there, just looking, can I go left, can I go right? Always looking for options, Celtic Crusaders. Never frightened to have a look about. And again, go forward, really, really well. Chris Beasley there, another good run. But go to the ground at three-man Rovers tackle, and they've kept them to within 28 metres in that set of five, as it's the last tackle against the Crusaders. Matty Smith then kicks the ball, kicks it well. Liam Colburn takes it into the breadbasket, pulls it in his chest, has a run, spins in the tackle, works his way bang onto halfway. Chris Llewellyn then passes the ball inside. Benke Kane looking for a gap, trying to hand off, brought down in a three-man Celtic Crusaders tackle. 8 metres into the Celtic side of the field. Bengalia, oh, he sells a dummy, big over-exaggerated dummy there. It worked for a little bit, gained a good few metres there, did Bengalia. Ben Fisher then, Reece Lovegrove. Yeah, he was always going to look to drive through that gap, and nearly did so. Great run again from young Reece Lovegrove, who's looking to make a prop position his berth. Oh, well done there by young Wellham. Sidestep one way, then the other. Ultimately brought down 8 metres from the Celtic Crusaders line. Michael Dobson now. Take control of that play the ball. Oh, it's been knocked backwards. Chev Walker puts the ball down. Fantastic try for Robbins there. Great start to the second half. Just 3 or 4 minutes into it, and Chev Walker touches down for the Rovers. Just too early any nerves. That was bound to be around after that shocking first half from the Rovers. Well, in patches, maybe I'm exaggerating slightly. They did a few good things right. It's just the basics that was lacking a bit at the time, I think, Dave. Like I say, trying to overplay, but just goes to show, you know, with basic rugby league, take your 5, do your kick, have an option, pays off.
Yeah, well taken try there by Chev Walker. It was a good kick from Dobson. It was hanging, gave the Rovers chance to get up there, and I think the centre there, which was Josh Hannay, took his eye off the ball a little bit. It should have been an easy take. It was a bit of a mistake from the Celtic Crusaders. As I say, I think it was Josh Hannay. I think he saw big Chev Walker running at him. It took it. I think I'd have done the same thing. I think I'd have taken my eye off the ball. So it drops it over his own line, and Chev Walker says, "Thank you very much. I'll have that." A nice, easy take and try. And you're quite right, Mike. Getting back to the basics. Getting back to the basics. Take your set of 6. Decent kick, decent chase, and you get your rewards. Dobson gets the conversion, even though he flat on his derriere. As Dobson took that conversion, he slipped, did a bit of a Beckham, went straight on his backside, but still got the conversion. Great conversion. So the scoreline here at Hull Kingston Rovers, 5 minutes into the second half. The scoreline here then, Hull Kingston Rovers 22, Celtic Crusaders 12. The scoreline, it's the biggest gap between the two sides that there has since kick-off. Biggest gap between them, 10 points. And at this point we want Rovers to press on and put Celtic to the sword, although that might be a bit more difficult because Chrissy Wellham has just come off with what looks to be an ankle or a calf injury by the look of it. We're just looking down now, he's pulling it on his hamstring, he's got his calf right up, more or less his ankle onto his backside, so he's obviously stretching off some muscle there, whether it's his calf or his hamstring, it's not entirely clear. It could be a big miss there for Rovers, Chrissy Wellham. However, Jake Webster's come on in his place. What a big hit by number 11, Chris Beardsley. That was a big hit, and Lovegrove certainly felt that. That was a big hit, but it was a poor pass to him. Lovegrove, though, to his credit, kept the ball. And it looks as though we've got some EastEnders maybe snuck in without pain because the police helicopter is overhead. Maybe he's come in to have a look and report on what Rovers are up to. He's there. Rhys Lovegrove gives the thumbs up, says, yeah, I think I'll shrug this off, I'll run it off. To his credit, he kept the ball under control. Plays the ball now to Ben Fisher, who in turn gives it to Scott Morrell. Scott Morrell with a deep probing kick, and another good chase from Hull Kingston Rovers here. Ben Fisher himself up there in the tackle with Dobson. Celtic pinned a little bit in their own 20, but a great run there by number 5, Anthony Blackwood. Relieving run there for his forwards. Celtic now looking to try and do little passes, trying to get something going for them. They haven't really started this half anything like as strongly as what they started and finished the first half. 5th tackle now, more or less on the halfway line. Matty Smith lines up the kick, sliced it a little bit. Ooh, and I thought it was going to go out on the full. I think Peter Fox thought it was going to go out on the full. It didn't. Just bounced inside on that 20-metre line. It'll be a Rovers put into this scrum. Police helicopter still overhead, obviously searching for maybe a mad cow or a mad sheep that's escaped from Wales, who knows? Could be anything. Rovers now got to play this with compunction, can't be delusional about the task in hand. So Rovers now, Peter Fox with a relieving run makes 6-7 yards. Some of that Peter Fox has brought into his game this season, doing it really, really well. And Celtic caught offside there. One of the first of very few penalties that's been in this game. Ben Thaler, to be fair, hasn't had that much to do. I think the only thing he had to do was rule Scott Wheeldon's try, inverted commas, off for Scott Wheeldon being offside, which on reflection I think he might have got that right, to be fair, Mike. But a good solid start here for Rovers in this second half. Just playing with it a little bit more oomph, if that's the right phrase for it.
Yeah, I think they need to. Well, they needed to. They started off second half well. Jason Everton takes the first hit up for Rovers. Ben Fisher having a go himself. Looking to repeat the try last week, which was a good try. Benke Kane then man slips in front of him, has options. Oh, he's got to keep on that ball and does so. Just. Bit of a fist in there, look like on the blind side. Scott Morrell now then having a look for an option. He bounces off one, bounces off two. Ultimately brought down 15 metres from the Celtic Crusaders line. Ben Fisher climbs over his man to get there. Who is Ben Fisher? Ben Fisher it was. Michael Dobson then being driven back towards the touchline, but they can't bring him down. Ben Fisher on the last plays the ball to Scott Morrell. Will put the kick up, I would imagine. That's a great kick. Again, it's been knocked on by, I would assume, Celtic Crusaders. What the hell? That was one hell of a pass of the ball. A high tackle against Luke Dyer. Oh, Ben, calm down, Charlie. Needs to calm down. Ben Kane is so fiery, honest to God, it's frightening. Just needs to back off them situations that have nothing to do with him. Keep out of them and let the referee deal with it. He's obviously saw it because he's given a penalty. Stay out of it, Mr. Kane. Silly. Don't give him any reason to turn the penalty around because they can do. Head-high tackle then. Fisher taps the ball. Sazai Hansen plays it inside to Reece Lovegrove. Done well to recover from a massive hit. Still looks fun and running, does this young prop forward. I call him young prop forward now because he's still young and he's a prop forward. Scott Morrell then. Dances left, dances right, pops inside to the left but can't make any advancement up the pitch. 8 metres from the Celtic Crusaders line now. Misses his two-man pass out behind the two men. Oh, Benke Kane's got to dance back for it. Chazzy Hansen falls on his own pass. Nobody there to pass the ball to. Passed it too far behind still. Rovers come up with the ball. Reece Lovegrove now looking to. Buster got to get for the gap again. 10 metres from the Celtic line. Fisher looks at Dobson as if to say, I want to pass. Bengalia takes the pass. Round his man. Puts the ball down. Another great try for the Rovers. Bengalia on the far side. Most deserved try for Bengalia as well. Been outstanding the last 2 or 3 weeks. And has been one of the standout players again today, making some good yards. Took a couple of bad options today, but second half putting it right, Dave.
Yeah, great well taken try there by Bengalia. He thought, well, Clint Newton's got on the score streak, so I better do the same. Clint Newton with a great score just before half time. That was well taken in the corner. And Bengalia, not quite the same situation, but a similar score into the corner. Bengalia taking the ball. Notice that Matty Smith had moved very quickly off his own line, dummied it straight into the corner. So Michael Dobson now with a kick far out on that touchline. Wonder if he'll fall on his backside again onto his derriere. I think it's because we still think Thierry Alibert is the referee today, but it isn't. It's Ben Thaler. Sorry, Ben Thaler. So Dobson now line up this kick. It's on the wrong side for him. That's a left-footed kicker. Is that the East Stand will let us know? And I think that could be in. The East Stand say yes. The touch judges say yes. Good conversion there by Michael Dobson, following a good try from Bengalia, who, as I say, noticed that Matty Smith had stepped it quickly out the line, sold the dummy and was straight in at the corner. Well taken try. Celtic Crusaders now with a lot to do, having started very well in the first half, of just not going into the second. Although, to be fair, Rovers, I think, have just stepped it up a gear. Short kick-off then from the Celtic Crusaders. Chev Walker trying to get underneath it, but it's got to be a Rovers ball, whichever way you look at it, because that was a knock-on by Celtic Crusaders. Yeah, holding down at the tackle. Michael Dobson saying, look, I wanted to get up and play that ball. Rovers just starting to get on top, starting to exert some pressure, some authority over this Celtic Crusaders side, which is what we wanted. We wanted it earlier, we wanted it in the first half, but obviously the words of advice from the coach, Justin Morgan, have obviously been taken in by Rose, and a half break there by Jason Netherton. Great pass out. Ben Fisher now scurrying, ducking, weaving, takes the tackle. But Rovers having up the ante, up the speed, up the pace. Oh, and Michael Dobson nearly through, half broke through there. And it's another penalty. Holding down. Mr. Thaler wipes off stops the clock. Wants to have a word with the Celtic Crusaders captain. Brings him across and says, look, having had very few penalties in this game, I've had to give 2 or 3 in quick succession. Have a word with your lads, because the next one it might end up in the sin bin. Just cut it out. And those penalties, I think, are coming from the fact that Rovers now are just up the pace, up the ante a little bit, and I think Celtic, after having a very promising first half, are just starting to get a little bit tired, starting to drop off a little bit, and Rovers just starting to do what they needed to do, start to exert pressure. It's all this second half has been all Rovers. All the possession's been Rovers, all the territory's been Rovers. Reece Lovegrove with another good run in. Ben Fisher gives it to Chaz Hansen, who just slips and falls over but takes a tackle. Rovers 8 metres from this Celtic Crusader line. Reece Lovegrove takes the ball again. Another good run from Reece Lovegrove, who has been a revelation since moving from first off from centre when he first came to Rovers into the second row and now playing at prop. Scott Morrell gives the ball to the mean machine to Clint Newton, who looks hungry, looks around, offloads it. Not sure about that offload, but Jake Webber goes, well, I'll just take a steadier, just get it down. Ben Fisher now looking, plays the ball to Michael Dobson, who does a little kick through, and it was well taken by the Celtic Crusaders there, because Chaz Hansen would have been on the end of it. Marshall Chalk took that ball really well, but Celtic struggling to get out of their 10-metre line. Chev Walker with a storming tackle, keeping this pressure on the Celtic Crusaders, who just starting to drop off, starting to look a little bit tired. Matty Smith now plays the ball, and it's a big tackle there on Darren Mapp. Big tackle there. 3 men in that tackle. Jake Webster, Clint Newton, and Michael Dobson, all on Darren Mapp there. But Crusaders trying to bring it away. It's the 5th tackle. Matty Smith tries a big kick. He's trying for the 40-20s, but nowhere close. Ben Kane underneath it, brings it back, sprints away, brings it more or less to the 45-metre line. And got to say, Mike, it's looking a lot better for us, I think, this second half. I think Celtic are just starting to tire, just starting to drop off a little bit, and Rovers are obviously putting the foot on the gas, which is what we wanted. We wanted it in the first half, but obviously Justin Morgan said to them, look, listen boys, time to face up and try to get some enthusiasm and some pace into your attack.
Yeah, what's happened in the second half, Dave, is we've made the game about us and not about what they're doing to us. We're thinking about what we're going to do and not what they're going to do, which is fantastic, and it's paying dividends, so let's hope it continues. Michael Dobson then, little kick through again towards that Celtic Crusaders charm, wants to get a skip across the floor, does so. Great Rovers line there, got to be brought down by somebody. Luke Dyer, risky pass across your own goal line. I've never seen the value in passing across your own goal line that close. Jake Webster hammered his man. Blackwood it was, I believe, on that far side. Oh, big 2-man tackle, 3-man tackle again from Rovers. Crunch to the floor. Wouldn't you just know it? Scott Morrell, one of those tacklers. Jake Webber had his weight to that tackle as well with Neverton and Fisher. 15 metres then from the Celtic line. Struggling to find a way from their own line of this Celtic side. A great 2-man tackle again. One up, one down, copybook stuff. That's what we're all learned from an early age, how to tackle. One around the legs, one around the chest, you can't go nowhere. Another great tackle from the Rovers, 3-man tackle. Reece Lovegrove and Jake Webster. Last tackle against the Celtic side. He'll look for a booming kick downfield here, try and gain some metres that way, because he never gained any with the feet. Ben Kane has got to pull it into his chest. Does so. Sticks it under his right arm and goes for a run. Quick clear the ball, enables Peter Fox for a little bit of a gap. He's outside Chev Walker. Oh, Chev Walker nearly went through his man. Just brought down. Last ditch attempt at a tackle. It worked for him. Ben Callear dancing through. Brought down 28 metres from the Celtic line. All old Kingston Rovers in this second half then. Pretty much the dominant force. Wheeldon replaces Lovegrove then. Another fantastic stint from Lovegrove. Morrell out wide to Fisher. A little bit to Newton. He'll go himself. Another try for Clint Newton. Power pace. Scored the try in the far corner. Brilliant try for Clint Newton. Brilliant try for Rovers. They're really pushing home in this second half. Really front footed, on the front foot. No deliberation. It's natural rugby. They've got natural rugby players. They're letting their hands speak, Dave. They're not thinking about it too much. Basics are taking over. And look what it's doing, paying dividends. Fantastic rugby from Rovers. Please don't call me Ray French. There's not a French bone in my body. We're all happy with the gadget, Alex. You do get excited this half, especially in that first half, when you know what we can do. We've seen what we can do against the better sides. I suppose you're just going to have a bit more patience, but patience is not something I've been blessed with, unfortunately. Still, Rovers then coming to the party in this second half, and we've all been invited. Bring your own. Bring a bottle, Dave.
Michael Dobson here with a testing conversion here, out getting on the touchline, but it's on the right side for him. We can tell you straight away because we're right in line with it. Great try there by Clint Newton. Brilliant try. And that's, just faded on the outside of the post. Great effort from Michael Dobson, one of those rare occasions where he actually misses one. But great play from Rovers, and they're starting to get the rewards for what has been a very dominant display in this second half. Hull Kingston Rovers then wait for this kick-off from the Celtic Crusaders, who have in this second half just been wiped the floor with by Rovers. The Rovers have come out, set up the ante, up the pace, up the power, got back to basic rugby league, and they're reaping the rewards because it's been all the territory's been Rovers, all the possession's been Rovers. They put the pressure on, and as I say, I think Celtic are just starting to get a little bit tired now, starting to drop off. And this is where Rovers, if we're going to be a great side, a la Saints, a la Leeds, this is where we need to push on and absolutely pulverise them, make them pay. Fozzard back on the field. Another good run. Scott Wheeldon also on the field. And today's attendance, and I've got to say, it's very impressive considering, it's not the top-notch quality. No offence to Celtic there, but it's not as if we're playing Hull or Leeds or St Helens. Great attendance here today at Craven Park of 8,046. Big up for the Hull Kingston Rovers, massive. The Hull Kingston Rovers faithful. Michael Dobson kicking it through on the fifth tackle. Tried to split the fullback and the winger. Managed to more or less do so. Anthony Blackwood bringing the ball back, but he went in with his elbow there, in my opinion. But Scott Morrell and Scott Wheeldon just say, nah, it's all right. We'll just keep on tackling. It's what we do. It's our bread and butter. So possibly for the first time in this second half, Celtic Crusaders are actually going to make it into the Rovers half. Just squeezing over there, doing so. Quick play of the ball. Lincoln Withers there, taking the tackle. Plays it out. Matty Smith plays it out, but Liam Colburn, the munch, got in there with the tackle, but unfortunately couldn't stop the ball from being offloaded. And the ball going backwards there, and the tackle's been waved off because Clint Newton just got his hand to it. Ball going backwards there for the Celtic Crusaders, who have got another set of 6 here in the Rovers half for the first time since the first half. Celtic now trying to keep hold of this ball, trying to probe the Rovers defence. Rovers here, you just got to match up and keep them out. Great tackle there by Chaz Lanson. Came out there with Ben Gallier and Chev Walker and made sure that ball was going nowhere. Number 16, Ben Flower, trying to probe his way to the line, doesn't get anywhere. Just got to keep him out here. Hull Kingston Rovers, Matty Smith spinning it out. Oh, was that an obstruction, ref? No. Ben Thaler says no, I don't think it was. Number 3, Josh Honig, just takes the tackle. There's a Celtic Crusaders player down in the backfield, but that could be a try. Ooh, well, Mark Delacourt pleading that was a try, but the ball went up in the air. Peter Fox got underneath it. Peter Fox, though, according to Ben Thaler, didn't get his hands to it. It was a Celtic Crusaders player who got his hand to it, played it forward before Mark Delacourt could put the ball down. And I've got to say, Ben Thaler, you're having a decent game, mate, because you were positioned really, really well. The Celtic Crusaders player who's been in the backfield and been down for quite a while has finally got himself up. Player in question being Damien Quinn. He joins the line. Rovers taking the tap on the 20. Scott Morrell bringing this ball away, gets it to the 30-metre line. Ben Fisher looking around, saying who's ready for it. Clint Newton's ready for it. Clint's always ready. The mean machine makes 10 yards. Great run there by Clint Newton, who's having a storming second half. Peter Fox says, yeah, I'll have a bit of it. Charlie takes the ball, offloads it really, really well to Scott Wilden. Scott Wilden shrugs 1, 2 off, 3 off, hands off. What a great run by Scott Wilden. Makes it into the Celtic Crusaders half on the 40-metre line. Michael Dobson takes the kick along the ground. And it's a decent chase as well. Trying to work out which player it was. I think it might have been Marshall Chalk who took that ball. Number 2, Luke Dyer, an old Rovers faithful. Gets a couple of yards there. Oh, great tackle there by Liam Colburn. Just couldn't smother the ball as well, but he's in there again. Clint Newton says, Liam, this is how you smother the ball. You take the man, you take the ball, you take everything possible. Celtic still not afraid to throw this ball around, and they are doing so. Jason Chan there with a decent run. Brilliant brought down by Nick Fozzard. Matty Smith offloads it to number 16. Ben Flower makes it to the halfway line. 5th tackle, Matty Smith. Little chip, little bit something different. Ben Fisher, knock on. Mike called it, and called it right. Ben Thaler again, great positioning from Ben Thaler. I think this might be the best I've seen Ben Thaler referee a Rovers match. Not often I'd say that, but man, you couldn't get any worse, let's be honest. Oh, controversy. Anyway, Rovers now with the handover to take the tap. And I will pass you over to Mike, who is standing there with a big grin on his face, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, always been nice to refs there. Still, you do what you can. Bengal here on that far side takes a run again, as he does so often during the games for Rovers. Tazai Hansen sells the dummy, tries to go through the men, can't do so. Brought down just short of halfway. Peter Fox will take a drive in, I'm sure. We'll look for the gap. Just can't find it, but it's another good drive from Peter Fox. Like Liam Corbett on this near side, he's never frightened to give his forwards a reliever. Janssen then, out again, wide to Scott Morrell. Oh, puts the head of a kick in. Oh, he did well to take that, did Marshall Chalk. Never easy balls to take them when they're going end over end, as I said when Charlie dropped his. Still, Celtic Crusaders then to bring the ball away once again from in their own half. Blackwood, it is. Great tackle on the 3-man tackle. He's called it all there. He starts to go towards his touchdown and put the brakes on. Yeah, it's another good run there from the second row, Chris Beasley of Celtic Crusaders. Oh, I thought if he was going to pass that, he'd have had hospital all over it. 4-man tackle brings him down then. Damien Quinn, 8 metres short of halfway. Oh, he's met big there. 3-man tackle, Roberts tackle again, just inside their own half, Rovers. 5th and last tackle against Celtic Crusaders now. What they got, what they're going to do. Matty Smith puts the kick, long kick downfield. Liam Cobbett's just going to watch this one go down, I think he is. It's a 20-metre tap to the Robins, and Benke Kane anxious to get on with it. Fitzgerald back on the field for, I can assume, will be Ben Fisher. Oh, that looked very high. His head jolted back again, but no, he's happy with it. Charlie just gets on with it there, and Liam Corbett again taking a spell for his forwards. Peter Fox is going to do the same, I assume. Yep, he won't pass it, it'll go himself. Kind of wishes he didn't do there. 3-man tackle. Oh, he's offloaded it fantastically well to Michael Dobson. Michael Dobson looking for a gap, going for the gap, can't offload it. Thinks wisely against it. Fitzgerald now, he's got the speed, he's got to be looking for the gap. Fitzgerald goes for the gap. Can he get away? Oh, he's just pulled in there by Scott Wilden. Did well to take that ball, it was a bit behind him. Come on then, Rovers, let's see what you got on this far side. Kicks the ball over. Yeah, Clint Newman's picked up. Oh, he's going to go for that trick. Clint Newman hat-trick! Fantastic try. Clint celebrates and goes in the air. 1, 2, 3 count. 3 tries for Clint Newman here today. What a way to celebrate a new 4-year contract, Dave. Now I wonder, can he get another one? Because let's be honest, 4 for 4 is alright. I'm not happy with this 3 business. Hat-tricks. Many players have had them. Now 4 tries we'll be happy with, won't we? 1 for every year of his contract. Rovers are really, really kicking on in the second half, just as we hoped they would do. When myself and Dave were speaking at half time up here in the gantry, off mic, we were saying how we do have the ability to kick on. We was a much better side than we were showing. And to be in the lead 16 points to 12 when you haven't played that well, actually speaks volume Looks like he's coming off for a one-hour rest, just Clint, actually. Part-timer. Everybody gives him a round of applause there. Very happy with that. It's Clint Newton. Gets pats on the back all round. Kit man Rob running down the tunnel there. I thought he was going to get his shirt. No, he's just peeing his pants because he's that excited. And Clint Newton scoring 3. Yeah, I tell you what, if you think his interview is long at the... Well, Dobson kicks the goal first. He does so. If I thought Clint Newton's interview was long for the DVD in which he's going to appear, I'm glad we never got him this week after a hat-trick and a 4-year contract, Dave. Good gracious. We could have done a DVD all by itself, couldn't we, Roy? Yes, he says. Is that a thumbs up, Roy? Yes, it is. Roy was really happy with Clint Newton's DVD interview. So that makes the score then at this late stage of the game, about 10 minutes to go, I think. It's 38 points to the Hull Kingston Rovers and 12 points to Celtic Crusaders. It's been all Rovers in the second half, and just as we hoped, never assumed, we hoped it would be. Scott Wheeldon then. Oh, fantastic run forward from Scott Wheeldon. All the youthful exuberance in the world there, just foot to the floor and off he went. Chazai Hansen then brought down, as are his pants on that far side. And on the opposite end of the spectrum there, how far the time himself, Mr. Fozzard, still knows how to make the good yards there. Scott Morrell misses out his man, Michael Dobson now, got an option, Jake Webster, can he go around his man, he pushes one off, big arm, another big arm, takes the tackle, that's pulled out, should be back to 1. Yeah, it should be back to 1, it is so. Mr. Thurley says, yeah, back to 1, you pulled it out. Fitzhenry then, passes inside, Dobbo, inside again. Jason Everton dancing around his man. Brought down then just inside the Celtic half, 5 tackles left to the Robins. Fitzhenry has a look, has a scope for himself from acting half. Some good metres gained there. Ultimately brought down 34 metres from the Celtic Crusaders try line. We'll be looking again to get over that whitewash. I can see the gap there for you, Jake, if you want it. Oh, he just couldn't get through. Tried to. Started to motor, just brought down well by, must be said well by Delicote, who didn't shake the tackle. Oh, they're missing out men all over the side. Just took a little bit of the wrong option there for me. Did Chazai Hansen had the man coming outside of him? Scott Morrell now makes up that extra man. Oh, he's tucked down there. I believe that's Bengali on the far side, 12 metres on the last tackle against Celtic Crusaders. Scott Morrell looks inside. He's just skipped a little dummy through. What's he going to do? He got no option there. Sorry if I was a bit jumping, I just didn't know what was going to happen. The ball was popping about all over the place. Ultimately it was defused well by the Celtic player, chased in the in-goal area by 2 attacking Rovers players in Scott Wheeldon and Chazai Hansen. Celtic to drop out from underneath their own post then. Some fantastic defensive work as well as attack work in this second half from the Robins already.
Wasn't expecting that one, Mike. Drop out then from the Celtic Crusaders. It's a long one out to Mr. Kikane, who takes it well, gives it to Scott Wheeldon, who makes 10 yards, makes it back to the 30-yard line. He's rising in this rousing second half performance from the Robins. Fitzhenry then plays the ball to Jason Netherton, who is looking for a try. He doesn't want to do a naked run this season. Fitzhenry again takes the ball, gives it to Dobson. There's an overlap on that far side, but Bengali was saying, well, I'll just take it in, take a steadier. Fair enough, I'm not going to argue. Another little kick from Michael Dobson. Michael Dobson says, thank you very much, I love that. And it's turning into a rout here at Craven Park. It could end up being the biggest victory by Hull Kingston Rovers since returning to Super League. Michael Dobson with a great piece of play, dummy to do the pass, did the little grubber kick, came off a Celtic Crusaders player, kicked it again and says thank you very much, I'll dive on that, takes the try, makes the scoreline here at Craven Park. Hull Kingston Rovers 42, Celtic Crusaders 12 with a conversion that is right in front of the post for Michael Dobson to convert his own try. And this second half has seen a great performance from Hull Kingston Rovers. They got back to basics, started playing with a lot more enthusiasm, both in defence and especially attack.
Man of the match, Dobson.
I hope you all got that.
Actually, can I change that? Because Clint's got an actually, can he?
Yeah, you big doofus. There are times when I worry about you, Michael. Dobson then with an easy conversion makes the score. Hull Kingston Rovers 44, Celtic Crusaders 12. And if If I'm not mistaken, I think that's Rovers' biggest scoreline since returning to Super League. Super League, get the teeth in. Could well be. Just eclipsing the 42-6 at a certain famous result at a certain ground. Not so very long ago. Well, Michael Dobson just coming off for a bit of a rest for the last 5 minutes or so of this second half, in which Rovers have just dominated in territory and possession, and in fact in every way you can think of they've dominated this game. Celtic Crusaders having been very impressive in the first half, maybe a little bit thanks to a lackadaisical, lacklustre, call it what you will, performance from the Robins in the first half, but second half has seen a complete turnaround, and this is what we wanted from the Robins, to show that they can emulate the Leeds and the St Helens of this world of putting so-called lesser sides to the sword. He's gone for the 40-20 and it's just short. Good idea from Scotty Morrell. Hull Kingston Rovers playing well in this second half. So Celtic Crusaders on their own 30-metre line with the put-in. Damien Quinn to feed the scrum. Does so. Number 21, who we don't know who it is because there's no name against his number in our match programme. So Celtic here just playing more, I think, as much for pride as much as anything else. There's still a little bit of fight in them. Hull Kingston Rovers defence though, saying, well, you're going to have to do a lot better than that to get past us. Good pass out there to number 11, Chris Beasley, who has had a good game. He put a big hit on Reece Lovegrove a bit earlier. Reece, to his credit, shook it off. Ryan O'Hara takes another good run, does well, offloads it to number 4, who has done really, really well today. Mark Delacourt, who has played really well, tried to offload it. Fitzhenry got in the way, tried to take the ball off him. He went and dropped it. And number 14, Matty Smith, says, thank you very much. We'll capitalise on that little mistake and we'll have what is, to be quite honest with you, a consolation try. The only score that Celtic Crusaders have had in this second half just come just now from Matty Smith. As I say, consolation. But Mike, it's been a good second half here from Hull Kingston Rovers. They've done what's been asked of them. They've put in a performance. It's been very professional. And I'm going to say it. I don't care. I might be delusional. I don't care. I have no compunction about saying this. No. But Rovers, it has been kind of a la Saints, a la Leeds, where you don't play well, but they got the noses in front. And since then, they've pushed on, pressed on, and done what they've had to do.
Fair enough, so we like. It's been a good solid second half. Not especially in the first, but they did what was necessary in the first half. Second half, they pushed on and made it count. Unfortunate second third try ready for the Celtic Crusaders. Just popped out of Fitzhenry's hands, having looked as if he'd taken it. Let's see if Rovers can get 50 on the board then before the game's up. 44-16 it is. 8 tries to 3 in favour of the Rovers. Let's not underestimate just what a good score that is, because nobody's put that on these boys yet, you know. And Saints struggled to score a try against them last week, so we've got to be happy with 44-18. Still, I'd like to see 50. Let's hope we can see it before we finish. Billy Mallison just running on the pitch there, taking orders on. Where have I seen that before? Good old Billy. New Year deal for Billy Mallison, of course. 2-year deal. Head trainer at Rovers. Well, fitness and condition trainer. Oh, big tackle there. Reece Lovegrove and Scott Wilden. Oh, Mr. Thaler's a bit of a zealous there, isn't he? It was a dominant tackle. Come on, Mr. Thaler, don't let yourself down now. You've been really good all afternoon. That's not going to go in touch. Yes, it is. Kevin Ellis was not going to let Ben Kane catch the ball anyway. I'd say what, that was a rare bit of talent. You could say it was a Welsh rare bit of talent. I'll get me caught.
Taxi for Sexton.
Yeah, I know. Forward pass and a knock on. Which one should we go for? Anyone you want. Rovers then will get the head and feet on the 30 metre line. Game's won, job's done. It's in the bank. No rush now for Rovers, no urgency. They've done the business in the second half here at Craven Park. Some good second half tries too. Bengalia then in the unfamiliar role of scrum half. Ball goes wide to Benny Kane, who takes the tackle. 32 metres from his own line then. Jansen out wide to Reece Lovegrove. Definitely a head-high tackle. His head went back. Was looking to play on was Reece Lovegrove, but his head definitely shot back then in a high tackle from the Celtic Crusader over on that far left-hand touchline. Ben Taylor there just having a word in his shell like saying keep him down, son, not spoil what's been a good game. Good clean game, yep. Played in the best of spirits by both teams. Chaz Jansen then kicks for touch. Gains 8, 9, 10 metres. Fitzhenry taps the ball. Ooh, misses Fozzard out. And I'm sure the defending line's glad he did. Jansen goes down 40 metres then from the Celtic Crusaders try line. Let's have a little think about it, Robbers. Where are we going to use this ball? Oh, Jake Webster picks up a fantastic one off his toes and goes through the gap. Jake Webster offloads it to Fitzhenry. Fitzhenry's got space in front of him. Oh, he took this sensible option there for Fitzhenry. He could have offloaded it and lost the ball. Took the sensible option. 22 metres out then. Robbers it is on the attack. Ben Kane. Looks decided like he wants to score with Chartered Aid as Ben Kane. Trying all ways. Runs some good ball back from the full back position as Ben Kane. Ball goes wide. Chaz Jansen pops it back inside. Reece Lovegrove. Yeah, deserves a try for all his endeavour today, does Reece. Got to say he's made that position his own so far this season. Chev Walker now runs along the line. Pops it off to Scott Wheeldon, who would like to score a try as well, having been denied one. Again, Jake Webster picks up well off his toes. There you go, Scott Morell's got a try! Let's make it 50, yay! Liam Coleman in the right hand corner. There's a bit of fortune in that day, but you create your own fortune in this game. Some great tackling, some massive pickups from Jake Webster off his feet. Kind of lucky, but if you can pick a ball like that and carry on running, you deserve it, don't you?
Got to say, it was great play from Hulkington Rovers, a bit of endeavour. They can relax and throw the ball about. It was a bit of basketball style. A couple of times Jake Webber took that ball off his feet. Did really well. Scott Morell very unselfish. I think Scott Morell himself could have scored then, but he didn't. He offloaded it to Liam Coleman, who scores actually his third try in 2 weeks. Second try today, isn't it, for Liam Coleman, I believe. Scott Morell here with the attempted conversion, just misses that near side post. East End not happy because they wanted the 50 points. So the full-time hooter goes here at Craven Park on what has been a very impressive second half performance from the Robins. The final score here at Craven Park, Hulkington Rovers 48, a new record for them in Super League. The Celtic Crusaders 18, and I've got to be honest with you, Mike, after being a little bit worried at half time, I've got to say Rovers have put in a very professional performance this second half, and I tell you what, putting 48 points on this Celtic Crusaders outfit is no mean feat. Leeds haven't done it since Ellens, as you quite rightly said, struggled to get more than 4 points past them. Rovers here today, mostly in that second half, has put 48 points on them, not to be sniffed at.
Let me just tell you now, Dave, 48 points against any Super League opposition is not to be sniffed at. Salford, who have, to me, the worst team in this league at the moment, only got 38 put on them by St Helens the other night, so it kind of shows you where Rovers are going, because they haven't been at the best, regardless of what we say today, they haven't been at the best, but if you can play at 3 quarters as they have done for most of this game, and come away with a 48 points to 18 victory, I'll be happy every time. The players then will go over to the East Stand and milk the applause. 2 ex-St Helens players there, Matty Smith and Nick Fozzard, just having a bit of a chinwag in the middle. Okay then guys, boys and girls, that's it from Craven Park. We'll leave you on a victorious note here at Craven Park. 48 points to the Hulkington Rovers, 18 points to Celtic. We'll see you all a week on Sunday for Salford City Reds.